campers, how the devil are you? And so here I am today. The downside, which I didn't care about last night, is that it's £40 a night. £40 a night for a tent on a small piece of grass. But I took it. I had no choice. I was absolutely knackered. First though, coffee. Leave no trace, as usual. Nice campsite, well appointed, overpriced. And now I'm gonna head off on a slightly overcast day, try and find somewhere for my next stop. I don't think I've ever seen such a massive thistle plant. Look at that. Teasel, thistle, I'm not sure. Teasel, that's it. As you can probably tell, guys, this morning I'm trying to stay chirpy. My body is saying no and my mind is saying yes. Part of me has also realised just how massive Anglesey is. I looked at the map this morning and was disheartened to see just how little of the island I've actually done so far. So I'm going to keep going as long as I feel able to and try and cheer myself up. And what would make it a little bit better, I don't want it to be touristy by any means, although there have been moments of that. Just the occasional cafe. There doesn't seem to be that much coastal inhabitation. It's a weird place, Anglesey. It feels like it's inhabited by very wealthy people who are very controlling of the land that they own and only want to make money from the methods that they see fit, like caravan parks, caravan sales at the place I've just been at, catering to a certain kind of market, the retirement market, I guess. So caravans, motorhomes. Lucky to find that place for a tent last night, but it was 40 quid. I'd like to know how much it is to park your motorhome there overnight, or your caravan. And lots of residential, big mansion-style residential properties. I think this is pretty much a retirement island. There seems to be an unwritten rule that, you know, unless you're local or you own land, we'd rather that you weren't here, kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll be proved wrong. Finally made it down the hill back to the coast again and joining the coastal path. I'm guessing I've got to skirt this marshy bit round to the right here. Hopefully over there somewhere there's a cafe or a pub I can take stock. Quite a way we came yesterday. I remember halfway through the journey was that big telegraph pole over there in the distance, all the way around this coast, and then we hitched it up the hill. Doesn't look like much of a hill over here. There was quite a hill to that town, Penwraith, I think it was called. Followed the marshy, pebbly coast around, past this sign here that says no shooting for some reason. And I think this is a place called Red Wharf Bay, this little inhabited area here. However, I was going to follow the beach, but it looks like there's a signpost just there. So it's taking us inland again for a bit. And right again, back down to the coast. I can only guess that either this property here owns that bit of beach, or they're just making sure that when they're tied up, people have an alternative route. Just back there, I met a lovely chap and his dog, Tiger Lily. Pleasure talking to you, sir. First really friendly person that I've met on this trip, and it's filled me with beans, it has. What a lovely moment that was. So this is the ship in. Ooh, toilets. That's handy, isn't it? Bass. Do they still make bass? Is that still a thing? The ship in. It's not even open yet anyway. And they do food by the looks of it. For your delectation. Grade 5. Cask mark. Yeah, looks cozy inside. Very old. I'm in. Table for me. Full Welsh breakfast and a nice latte. Excited? This is a better start to the day than I thought. And I'm going to strip off some layers because it's not as cold as I thought it was this morning. Couldn't decide if this looks old or not, and then I got to the front and I thought it does look quite old. And then I got to the door and I thought, yeah, that's definitely old. All right, what's going on here then? Footpath's not in use for some reason. Oh, does that mean to be going up again? Oh my God. And backwards. Oh, that's all you need after a massive breakfast. Not often you see very one of any of them, is it? Proper well with handle. Wonder if it still works. I bet it does, you know. Reminds me of the game that I play occasionally, DayZ. Right, oh, off to the left. Keep your eyes peeled. Ask non-patrons to keep to the public footpath. Non-patrons? Non-patrons of what? So I feel much more refreshed after that pit stop. The coffee was delicious, a nice latte. I wish they wouldn't serve it a latte in a Knickerbocker Glory glass though. That's my only complaint about cafes in general. Why can't you have a latte in a cappuccino style cup? That was a fantastic place for breakfast. I highly recommend it. From my quick visit today, I would certainly give it a 10 out of 10, the Boathouse. And I'll just quickly describe why I think it was so good. The service was friendly and smiley. The price was reasonable. The service was also quick. I had a table to myself. The surroundings are beautiful with a view over the into the ocean. So the toast was obviously cut from a traditional round-topped loaf and had flavour to it. It wasn't just your bog standard factory white. Proper butter portions that you could spread onto your toast. The bacon was thick and not too salty and full of flavour and crispy on the edges, just like I like it, but still juicy. Black pudding was exceptional. Thick, juicy black pudding, not overcooked, just slightly crispy on the edges, full of those big chunks of fat, which give it all that flavour and texture. Delicious. The star of the show, though, by far, was the sausage. Two very thin sausages, delicious flavour, pork flavour, and there was a herb inside, sage, sausages with sage, big chunks of sage inside. Absolutely amazing. I would go back there any day, and if I'm ever passing again, I'll happily go back and try the rest of their menu, because they have a restaurant style menu as well. Great place. I'm not usually a big fan of that new fad where you put matte paint on a car, but this Porsche in blue looks absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Win the lottery, maybe. These are unusual, presumably holiday homes. Don't know. They have like these doors going. They're all sort of raised on a platform, I guess, at the back. Yeah, at the back they're more or less floor level, but then there's massive, great big storage area under here. It's almost like something you'd get in Switzerland or somewhere. I hope I'm going the right way. So a nice lady back up there in one of these lodges saw me and said, "Yeah, you've missed the turn in. It's back down here on the left." So thank you to that lady, if you ever watched my video, for pointing me in the right direction. Otherwise, I'll have proper gone off the path. That's the third nice person that I've seen in an hour. The lovely chap in the garden, this lady giving me directions, and the fantastic reception provided by the staff at the cafe. Things are looking up. Mind you, that's the three good things now. The rest of the day will be rubbish, won't it? There, she was right, look. It's easy to miss, isn't it? As you're coming up the road here, you just see a sign that says private. Oh, there does say coastal path there, but then the actual coastal path sign, which I've conditioned myself to look for, is at a proper weird angle, so you can't see it. Anyway, here we go. Do you remember when we were all the way over there? Yesterday. And this looked like a hazy, far-off settlement miles away. So that was Benlek Harbour, beach, bay, one pub, lots of little cafes. Hello, Mr. Seagull. Hello, how are you doing? Good, thank you. And this is the first time I've ever seen Wales coast paths set into the concrete. Fantastic. Must admit, this feels a bit precarious. Trust the times. Oh dear. Oh, thank goodness for that. I bet at one point it used to go around there, you know. Not happy about this, but there you go. Make the most of it. Oh. Okay. We can do it. You can do it if you're being cute. Whew. Thankfully, it looks like it cuts up to the left here. Can you imagine if you had to walk the whole coast path on the actual coast? It'd take you 4 times as long because of the rocks and the beach. This is quite magical, some bits of this coastline, you know, where it's wooded cliffs. God only knows how steep the drop-off is down this side. I can see the light through, or probably the sea through the bushes there, so, you know, if you fell, touch wood, I don't, you may get stopped, be lucky, get stopped by the vegetation, but it is nevertheless magical looking. Reminds me of a long-lasting memory that I've had since childhood, going down through the Isle of Wight. There was a place called Black Gang Chine, which was very similar to this. Forests, beach, narrow pathways. The only difference being, I seem to remember that it looked even more magical there because there was like fairy lights occasionally in the trees and things like that. It was just magical is the only word. But looks like we're coming out into the open here. Yes. Oh. Hopefully the Anglesey island is not just all cliffs. Could do with a bit of less precariousness. This is unusual, isn't it? Big overhang there. Oh. Oh. Oh, there was a fence on that bit. Why can't there be a fence on this bit? Was just coming out of that wooded bit just then, and something startled right next to me on the fence, on the hedge, and I just caught it as it was running away, and it was a red squirrel. I don't think I've seen one of those for 15, 20 years. So that's the cliff edge that I've just walked along the top of. I didn't record much because, as you know, I panic my arse off when I'm right next to the edge, and there were a few hairy places. And then as I pan round, you can see that not too far away, we've got a nice, shallow, beachy kind of effect for a few miles. Rock on, Tommy. Can't wait for that. And it looks like another establishment over there, so hopefully might even treat myself to a Coke. And I don't drink Coke, so I was going to go along the beach and ignore the signs that took me up around this little estate and back down again, but I'm glad I followed it, because look, it's just cliffs. Maybe the tide's in, but you couldn't get through there anyway. What a lovely little bay this is. Secluded little bay. Turquoise sea, clear as a bell. Look at that sea. You could be in the Mediterranean on a Greek island. Well, I hope I'm going the right way. Followed it all the way along the beach, and now I've come to this bit, which I'm sure I can get round. I don't know if the tide's in or out, but I'm sure I can get around there. After moaning about being too high off the beach, I'm worried now about being on it. It's me that chose to come on a flipping coastal walk. Oh! Lots of interesting rocks and rock pools here as well. I'd have loved it when we were younger. Lots of interesting stones like this one as well. Oh! Can you see that? Because I pick it up on camera, it looks like, you know, like those sea sponges or whatever they are. Looks like something like that, but stone. There's loads and loads of bits like that. Is it a plant, or is it just the way the rock is formed? For anyone that does this walk in the future, don't follow the beach all the way around. Looks like you're gonna be okay, and then it gets steeper and steeper. You've got to keep your eyes peeled for the little signs like this. They're really hidden away, some of them. Don't get distracted at all by looking for stones on the beach, for example. So I just stopped by this sign, which says the footpath sign there, but I read the notice and it says closed to landside. And the new sign here does actually say this way, so better safe than sorry. Finally found what I was looking for. Well, it wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. I wanted something like dandelion and burdock, but I've had Pepsi for years. They'll still do nicely. So this charming little place is called Moylvre, but it's not spelled like that. I had to Google the pronunciation, so I hope it's right. Moylvre. It's spelled more like mole-free, which everyone hopes their skin is, I guess. Lovely little beach down there. I think there's some kind of lighthouse. Not lighthouse. Lifeboat station over there. And it's quaint. There's a fish and chip shop. There's a pub. There's a little brook running through the place. Little pantry. Anne's Pantries. It's a charming little place. I might even have half a pint in the Kindle Arms. And obviously very touristy as well. So a little war memorial. Some little waterfalls. Really glad I stopped here, Kinwell Arms. Lovely place for a pint, really nice inside. The food looks good as well. And it's a Robinson's pub. Apparently there are quite a few Robinson's pub on the island. Wow. Fantastic. Nice boat station. I'm hoping to get around as far as I can around this bay here, towards that peninsula over there. Look at this, guys. This is a secluded little beach. Someone's taking their stone towers to the extreme, aren't they? Can you see how many there are there? Must be 4 or 5 dozen. I might have to add to one. This one here, this looks like the tallest. Let's find a flat stone. Oh, you're the one. Can we do it? Can we do it? Wow, just about did it. Good luck to anyone getting that any higher. I'm curious about that little island over there. Seems to be a very tall jut of rock on the island. I wonder if it's man-made or natural. And I do know that leading one of the boards back there was some kind of shipwreck here a while ago, probably one of many. I wonder if that's a memorial built for those people that died, or it's just, I wonder if it's natural. It doesn't look natural, does it? It's got quite a sweeping bay to get round here, and then another couple of ones, and then a big headland there. I think the next big town is round that big headland there. Not sure I'll make it that far today. It's now 4. Just came that past that strange little tower there just now. And I look inside, there's 2 floors. It's quite dry and clean on the second floor. So it's something to bear in mind. It's a bit early yet to be stopping. 4:30. Oh, and by the way, this here is a red clover. Not to be confused with the white clover, which is the one used to make the butter. I've not been making many videos because it's been a steep climb, counterintuitively against what I thought. There was a footpath going, what seemed like it was cutting across this bay here, that's down here behind these trees. But due to land ownership perhaps, or it's just too dangerous or boggy, it's sending me up here, and then thinking I'm going to go straight ahead is that it's going to skirt the bay somehow. But no, I've got to go left again. Everything seems counterintuitive, like they're forcing me to go miles out of my way, but maybe there's good reason for it, who knows. So quick update, come off from the tops of the hills, met 2 lovely ladies who are camping in a caravan park around that way somewhere over there tonight. But it looks like it might be motorhomes only. So I'm going to keep going. It's 6 o'clock now. Hope you can hear me above the wind. I'm going to keep going and hopefully find a little crevice somewhere away from the wind for this harbour. 6 o'clock gives me a couple of hours before it gets dark. I'm going to do my best to find somewhere while camping again. It's difficult around here. So originally I was over there somewhere. The coastal path took me over there, then it took me all the way up the top of this hill and all the way over there to where I had a pint at the Pilot Boat pub, another Robinson's pub, just to avoid this estuary here. You can see why. It's very boggy, very muddy, dangerous in fact probably, but there does seem to be a causeway across, so maybe it's private land, or I don't know. I'm going to continue around here though. There are some houses and lodgings along here. I'm just going to hope that I can find somewhere before it gets dark to hide away somewhere out of the wind, because it's really windy. So finally, after lots of marshy, horrible, slippery, nasty stuff down by the estuary, the sign pointed inland on this road, And just out of nowhere comes this church and graveyard. 1856, St. Gwenlifo. So I'm gonna head up here and see if I can find another signpost for the coastal path. I've still got 2 hours yet before dark. Wish me luck. Finally, another sign to come off this godforsaken steep climb. Oh, it doesn't look very promising. Right over there in the distance, right on that promontory of land at the end, you can see, I think that's the island that we passed earlier. So we've come a long way. We went a long way to get to there, and then we've come a long way and inland, and then we finally got some height again where it looks like we're coming back down to the coast. Oh. And I can't see a sign, so I'm presuming I'm just going on down here. So finally, after quite a few miles of up and down, I saw come to this sign. I thought left or right, and as usual, the coastal path sign is at an obtuse angle. That's where I've come from, that way. So I'm guessing this way. I'm gonna keep going this way then. Back to the coast again, finally. Just up there, over the hill with the gate with the signpost pointing through this field. But do I go that way and follow that? Looks like a sheepish kind of path up there, but it looks like a gate. Or this gate here, can't see any sign on it. Maybe this is the natural progression through the field, but look, no sign. Do I go this way? I don't know. I'm going to follow this kind of sheep path across, but I could be miles out, you know. I could be over there. That might be the right route. Over that hill there. Or this way might take me down to a gorge. Who knows? Oh, there it is, look. There it is. Look, you have to really keep your eyes peeled. That stile over the wall there, I can just see that sign. Let's just check what it says the other side. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You can see there used to be a sign, look. Just here. Used to be a sign, someone's ripped it off. It's there. There it is. Behind the nettles. Ah. Right, this way then. See where this takes me. So once again, I come through this field, didn't know whether to hug to the left or follow what looked like a track through the middle. There's a track going over to the hedge over there, but no sign. The track that's coming through the middle just seemed to peter out. There's a gate here, but I can't see a sign on it. Where am I meant to go? I mean, if you don't want people wandering all over your land, at least maintain the signposts. I can't see any signs that way. It looks fenced off. I'm pissed off. So would you believe it? Bottom left-hand corner of the field, which was what my intuition told me, because I am actually following the coast this way, you know, sea on the right, land on the left is my motto for this journey. There it is. There it is. And there was a nice little patch just up there, which would have been ideal, hidden by trees for camping, but this field is occupied by a herd of bulls by the look of the appendages. So not this one. Oh, don't mind sheep. I'm not really too bothered about cows, but bulls, definitely not. You can just see over there that island with it does look like some kind of mini chapel or something. There's a boat just built on it. So maybe it's a memorial for the people that died. I'll have to Google it and find out later, let you know. So the path continues this way. You can see it's a bit cliffy down there again. And I don't know how long that continues, you know, it might be a lovely beach or a flat bit just the other side. or sheltered from the wind in this little alcovey bit here. Not totally windproof, but protected in this slight gully here. So I've checked out a few other places just up the hill, but they're either too windswept or too exposed, too slopey. This is quite slopey here, but and the people, if there's people walking the path late at night or early in the morning, they're going to see me from the path, which is just there. But I think it's the risk I've got to take. Decided against all of those places, and I've checked probably for another mile, and it's now 10 to 8. I'm pushing it fine, I know. Around about there, but you probably can't see, is something I'm going to have a look at. Oh, no, it's not. It's full of sheep poo, and it's just the windiest place on top of this hill. Oh, God. Back down again then, back down. Beautiful though the view may be, doesn't solve my sleeping problem. And I don't want the wind to carry me off like a hang glider over the cliffs tonight. Through this gate, away from the wind, sheltered by the bushes, in this little patch here, which isn't too wet. And the lighthouse over there, or whatever it is, that building on the corner of the coast there. You can just only see the chimneys from here, so hopefully they don't see me and no one comes walking. I'm right next to the path, but if anyone comes along, I'm just going to say, look, I'm desperate, it's nearly sunset. Well, I'm in the tent. It took me ages to get it pitched. It's still windy, even in this little sheltered bit that I found next to the path. I hope no early dog walkers come past and are bothered by me being here. It's still very windy, and it's forecast to rain as well, and then rain throughout the night. So I just hope that with me being inside the tent and all my belongings, that it doesn't go blowing off the cliff. I'm quite away from the cliff, so I shouldn't be too much of a problem, but the grass is so long here as well, so it's really difficult to batten it down. I've lowered the tent poles, which is what this tent is held up with. I've lowered those down quite a bit, so that it hugs the ground closer. I'm going to get an early night, I think. I deserve it. Not even going to brush my teeth. I'm going to treat myself to a cereal bar that I've had all day and drink some water and see you in the morning.